Welcome to Breakup Cheater. Let me ask you something. What would you do if your spouse came to you one night and said they wanted to sleep with someone else, for fun? Would you laugh, get angry, or do what I did, and wait? 'Cause what I did next changed everything. Let's get into today's story. They say the cornerstone of any lasting marriage is trust. I believed that with all my heart. For 8 years I trusted Madison completely. With my love, our home, our children, my entire future. I thought we were solid. I thought we were partners. Turns out I was just living in a beautifully constructed illusion. Our relationship didn't unravel with dramatic fights or screaming matches. It started with something far more subtle, a conversation. Just one conversation that cracked the foundation wide open. It was a Wednesday night. The kids were asleep, the house was quiet, and we were both lying in bed. I was half scrolling through my phone when she suddenly turned to me, eyes alight with a strange kind of excitement. "Eli," she began hesitantly. "The neighbors, Adam and Claire. They invited us to a party this weekend." I glanced over. "Oh yeah? What kind of party?" She hesitated for a split second too long. "It's not your typical party. It's kind of a swingers party." I laughed like out loud. I thought she was messing with me. "You can't be serious," I said, sitting up. But she wasn't laughing. In fact, her expression was dead serious. "I am," she said. "Adam and Claire said it helped their marriage. I don't see the harm in exploring it. We've been kind of stuck lately." "Madison," I said slowly, trying to process. "You're talking about sleeping with other people." "It's just physical," she said with a shrug. "It doesn't mean anything. It could actually bring us closer." I was stunned. "I don't care what it did for them," I said firmly. "That's not what I signed up for. I'm not interested." "You'd think that would have ended it, right?" "Won't." Over the next few days she kept bringing it up. Casually at first, like a joke. Then more insistently. I'd be folding laundry and she'd walk in saying, "Just think about it, Eli." One night. That's all. By Thursday night, she stopped pretending it was a suggestion. "I'm going," she said coldly while I was tucking our daughter into bed. I followed her into the hallway. "You're going where?" "The party. Tomorrow. With or without you." "What about Ava and Noah?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "I'll get a sitter," she replied, brushing past me. "It's not a big deal." "It is a big deal." Snap. "You really think this is okay?" "Yes," she said without hesitation. "And if you weren't so uptight, maybe you'd come too." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Let me get this straight. You want to sleep with another man, and somehow this is my fault for not being adventurous enough." "You're being dramatic," she rolled her eyes. I stared at her, heart pounding, feeling like I didn't even recognize the person in front of me. So I said it. "If you go to that party, Madison, we're done. I'll file for divorce." She looked momentarily taken aback. But then she smirked. "You'd end our marriage over one night." "No," I said. "You are." And then, as if she hadn't already shattered every illusion, she added something that made my blood run cold. "If it bothers you that much," she said, "I'll record it. That way you'll see it's not that big of a deal. Maybe you'll even get turned on." I stood there in stunned silence. But behind my quiet shock, something began to shift. My fury became cold and focused. If she was actually going to record her infidelity, then she would hand me the exact proof I needed to destroy her legally. So I nodded. "Come," said the most important lie I'd ever told. "Sure. Oh. Do what you want." She narrowed her eyes. "Just like that?" "Yeah. If it means that much to you, go ahead." The next night, she got ready like she was heading to some red carpet. Tight black dress, heavy makeup, heels she hadn't worn in years. She barely looked at me on her way out. "I'll be back late," she said. "Don't forget your camera," I muttered. She glared but didn't respond. The moment she left, I sprang into action. I called my mom and asked her to take the kids for the weekend. No details, just urgency. Within the hour, Ava and Noah were safe at her place. I poured myself a drink, sat in the dark, and waited. The next morning around 10 a.m., Madison strutted back into the house. Disheveled. Smelling like bad decisions. She dropped her purse on the counter, looked at me with that same cocky smirk and said, "So? Want to see it?" She pulled out her phone like it was a trophy. I recorded it. Like I said. I didn't say a word. Just took the phone and walked upstairs. Behind the locked door of our bedroom, I plugged her phone into my laptop and started downloading everything. My hands were shaking, my stomach in knots. What I saw broke me. It wasn't one man. It was three. She laughed, moaned, whispered things she'd never even said to me. Like none of it mattered. Like I didn't matter. But instead of falling apart, I focused. I copied the files to a secure drive, packed her phone back up, and walked downstairs. She was scrolling on the couch like it was a lazy Sunday. I handed her the phone. She smiled. "I hope it was worth it," I said coldly. Her smile faded. "What's that supposed to mean?" "You'll find out soon enough." I filed for divorce the next day. The videos. Ironclad evidence. My lawyer said it was the cleanest case he'd ever seen. I secured full custody of Ava and Noah. She got visitation rights, supervised. She cried. She screamed. She begged. "You're overreacting," she sobbed on my mom's doorstep one night. "I just made a mistake." "No," I told her. "You made a choice." The divorce was brutal. She tried to paint me as controlling, but the footage erased every lie she tried to spin. She lost the house, lost the kids, and worst of all, lost the image she'd built for herself. Months later, I ran into Adam, the neighbor who had invited us. He looked sheepish. "Listen," he said quietly. "I didn't know Madison would go that far." "What do you mean?" "She didn't just hook up with one guy. It got passed around. 3 of the guys, maybe more. I thought you should know." I nodded, numb. It didn't even shock me anymore. Today I live in a new apartment. Smaller, simpler, but peaceful. My kids are safe. My heart is healing. And Madison, still living in that hollow shell of a house, where no one visits and no one calls. She thought one night wouldn't matter. She was wrong. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Breakup Cheater. If this story hit home, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, watch your heart and guard your trust.